Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Hey kings and queens, what's good? I missed you guys. I love my YouTube channel. I love it. Love. How do people do E? I don't know. Okay. You guys, today we're going to be talking about a topic that I'm so passionate about it because I need to help the girls. Girls, are we okay? Girls, how are we doing? We need to chat, you and I. Me and the girls, we need to have a conversation. Because ever since the show came out, The Summer I Turned Pretty, it has just raised so many concerns for me about how women are going about dating men and not being able to see the red flags and staying in relationships that are not serving them and being in situationships. Oh, I can't even say that word without throwing up. I just can't even believe it. I blame our media, to be honest. I think that we're getting fed. I'm just jumping right into it. Let's just jump right into it. We're really being fed, as women, such toxic relationship dynamics and being told that this is how love should be and this is the correct dynamic and that this is passion and that this means that you guys are soulmates and sometimes there's an undeniable chemistry that you should pursue to the ends of the earth, and when you feel that electric spark, that means he's the one. So many toxic, shall I say? Yes, I will say. Traits that are being painted as romance when they're not. So yeah, basically today I really just wanted to highlight them, to speak truth to this topic. I want to underline, bold, cut and paste, what to look out for, girls, when you're dating men, and how to not be in situationships, like how to avoid situationships, how to avoid being strung along, how to get what you want in relationships. You should be with a guy that loves you, period, and cherishes you and treats you well and respects you, and what to look out for, how to not get caught up in dead-end relationships, men that are non-committal, men that are avoidant, men that just don't pour into you the way that you need to be poured into. And if you want that, I know you want to be poured into the way you are supposed to be, the way you're meant to be, the way your feminine energy, your feminine vessel is meant to be cherished, and it's meant to be adored and loved. Love on me, you love on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it lighthearted, honey, because we're gonna get into it. Okay. Listen, and I wanted also just really highlight all of these issues, all of these things that are being showed in the show, because so many men, this is how they get away with it. This is how they get away with bad behavior. This is how they get away with you accepting bad behavior from them, is because you see it on the media and you think, oh, that's romantic, and then he does it and you think, oh, that's romantic, that's like what I saw on TV. But it's not, Queen, it's toxic, and he actually knows that too, and it actually just benefits him. Yeah. That's what's interesting about The Summer I Turned Pretty, is I noticed a lot of guys watching the show and being into the show, and I think that sadly that's why. Okay, Queen, so we're gonna be here, we're gonna straighten you up, we're gonna straighten ourselves up, we're gonna get into the tea of it all, and we're not gonna hold back, because I don't care to hold back. I guess we should just start with the most obvious toxic pattern that's exemplified throughout the show, is the push-pull dynamic between Belly and Conrad. Okay? A lot of the times our media wants to portray this push-pull dynamic as sexy, as kind of tantalizing, like, you want me, you can't have me, I'm gonna chase you. chase me, some kind of form of this push and pull, which mimics this, like, the dance that lovers will play. Okay, like the I'm opening up, can you come towards me? Oh, I'm going this way, can you follow me? I'm going back, can you like come this way? So it's like this trickery though, because you see it and something, and it does feel romantic, and it does feel like, oh, it's like a push pull. It's kind of similar to the dance that lovers will do when you're into somebody. However, this one is not the lover's dance. This is not the lover's dance. This is the emotionally avoidant man who wants his cake, and he wants to eat it too. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. Okay? So, listen. When a man is push and pulling with you in real life and on TV, as we can see, it means that they like you, point blank, period. A lot of women want to ask, do they like me? Do they not like me? I don't know why. I'm confused. Okay. He typically does like you, just not enough, queen, not enough. But like, usually because he has like some kind of block or something, whatever. We never really know the reason. I mean, sometimes he'll tell you, but whatever. It doesn't really matter the reason. The thing is, what's happening is that he likes you, but he doesn't want to commit to you. That's literally that simple. And that's why you're confused. That's it. Yeah, that's it. He likes you at some degree, thinks you're pretty, thinks you're attractive, perhaps, thinks maybe you're funny. He's got some kind of attraction towards you. However, he doesn't want to commit to you. He doesn't want to lock it down. He doesn't want to seal a deal. He doesn't want to pour into you for whatever that reason may be. Maybe he has another girl on the side. Maybe he just is scared of like being committed to one person and just wants his freedom. But you see how all of these reasons why he doesn't want to commit to you are they're very self-focused. It's very self-focused, you guys. It's very much like, I'm just gonna see how long she lets me string her along. That's what he does to Belly. That's why I don't like Conrad. I mean, I guess I should start off with saying I don't like Conrad. I'm not a fan of Jeremiah, but I do defend him more than Conrad. And ultimately, Benito is the right choice. That's what this video is. But also we're going to get into why. And so, yeah, girls, I guess I want to talk about situationships, since they're all of the topic these days. Men not being able to commit, but still wanting a relationship. That's pathetic. That's a joke. And wanting to string you along? I don't think so. No, queen. No, that's hilarious. That's just a joke. It's just a joke to me. Like, and it's so funny because some of these men will have situationships with you, right? They won't call you their girlfriend, and then they will end things with you and then say that you're their ex. King, y'all were never dated. Last I checked, y'all were just in a situationship, queen, so I don't know what you're talking about. In this show is that it's really romanticizing such negative toxic traits in men, and saying that it's romance, and it's not. Men being non-committal is not romantic. Men pushing and pulling with you because they can't commit is not romantic. Men yelling at you in the parking lot, saying that they don't want you, and taking their love away and making you question their whole entire dynamic between you two, it's not romantic. And I'm very disappointed how the show ended. I thought that at the end she was going to be with Benito. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, there's going to be spoilers in this video. I thought at the end she was going to end up with Benito. I love that whole trip to Paris moment that they had, and she ended up just going back to Conrad. A piece of me died. I was like, what the heck? How did this happen? Girl, what the heck? Are we okay? That's why I'm making this video. Are we okay? Girls in the world, are we doing okay? Because I don't think we are, girls. I don't think We're doing too hot, honey, so that's why we're doing this video. Okay, listen, you guys. Situationships is a big no. It's a big no. You as the girl, you're not getting the safety, the commitment that you deserve and that you need to feel comfortable in a relationship, to feel you can open up to this person, and they are not being tested. They're not being tested. They're not growing as men. They are being stagnant, and they just want all the benefits of being in a relationship without any of the hard work. That's not fair. You as the woman carry so much wisdom and carry so much divine feminine power, and they want access to that, but they don't want to put in the work to have access to that. They don't want to show up properly and have access to that. They just want to skate by. They just want to skate by and drag you along into a situationship. Now, I guess I will say that if from the beginning you guys both decide you guys want a situationship, which I do not recommend, and I will never recommend, and I will never say to a woman that that's good. I won't say that because I don't believe that. But at least if you guys agree to that, then you guys know what's going on. But I see a lot of the times girls liking guys, and then they end up in situationships, and they really want what they really want is a relationship, but but nothing has progressed, and they're confused, and they don't know what's going on, and they're confused. The only reason why a man doesn't commit to you is literally because he just doesn't want to. Girls, listen up. Men already know what they want when they are around you. Okay, and if this man is taking you too long and he's dragging you around and you don't even know what the heck is going on, and he's dragging you along for a ride, get off the fucking roller coaster. Let him bite the dust, because he is not worth it. I guess some people decide for themselves that that's what they want. From the beginning, they're just like, hey, I just want something casual, done. But let's be so honest, that's just not the truth. You can't be casual about your emotions and your feelings and your body. Like, that's not casual. Are you for real? No one's gonna say it. Am I gonna be the one to say it? Fine, I'll be the one to say it. I will be the one to say it. You can't be casual about your feelings and your body and your emotions. It's not true. Like, you're just lying to yourself. Like, I don't know who need to tell you that. I guess I will tell you that. And it's and you know, for the girls that are confused and they're in a situationship and they're like, I want more. Is this allowed? Oh, I feel kind of bad that I now want more commitment and I put myself in this situation. Breathe, girlfriend. You're good. You're good. You're normal. You're actually very normal. And you can ask for more. And you know what? If he's like, I don't want to do that, or I can't do that, or you leave and you find some man who will do that for you, because there are plenty who do and will. You don't need to feel it's scarce, you ladies. Ladies, do not feel that love is scarce, that you have to chase love, that this guy is the only guy for you, and that you must put up with bad behavior from him because there is no one else for you. That is the biggest thing I would want to tell Belly from The Summer I Turned Pretty in this whole situation, is that I personally, as a woman, don't understand why. Well, I can if we analyze her character, but in the bigger picture, why she is chasing after this guy, Conrad, over and over again, for no, like, there's no, he has done nothing to prove his love, his loyalty, his devotion. He runs away when things get intense, when there's any form of deepening that needs to happen in the relationship. He then is very cruel to her. Cruel. I'm using those words very intentionally. He's cruel to her when she asks him, like, why do you do that to me? Why? And he's cruel to her because, why does he cruel to her? Because he doesn't want to confess and admit the reason why, which is he's a coward. He's a coward. He's a coward, and he doesn't have what it takes. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's why men get really defensive when you call them out on stuff. When you're doing it because you're confused, call them out. They get mad, very defensive, because they know already. That's the thing. They already know that their behavior is bad. They already know that. So they feel shame, basically, when you call them out. But it's not your burden to bear. It's not your burden to bear. Oh my gosh, the amount of times in the show that Belly is trying to like figure him out and almost like tries to like make his burdens her burdens to make the relationship work is painful. It's painful to watch because it was never her burden to bear. And listen, ladies, if you know what to look out for from the beginning with these men, you will never find yourself in this dynamic, in this estranged dynamic where there is so much messy history and wishy-washy and feelings here and feelings there. No. You won't have that happen if you know what to look out for from the get-go. And I wrote this, okay, about the show. If you find yourself needing more from your partner and him not being able to deliver, you are now out of alignment. You both are out of alignment, basically. And either they meet you, like if you express, like, I need more emotional support from you, or I need you to be, like, to let me in on what's going on, or like, whatever, you say something that you need, and they're unable to meet you, then you guys are out of alignment, and either they step up, the man steps up, or he's out. And the thing is that men know what the right thing to do is. They do. Okay? So stop thinking that they don't. Because they do. They do. Men know what the right thing to do is. Don't let them fool you into thinking they don't know. Don't let them fool you into thinking they don't know or they're confused. Let these confused men bite the dust. That's what I said. Okay? Let these confused men bite the dust. Don't let them drag you down with them, okay? You're allowed to want more for yourself. And there is a reality in which you obtain that. Exactly. So here's the thing. You're allowed to want more for yourself. You're allowed to want all of the things you desire and you dream of in a relationship. You are allowed to want that and ask for that. And you don't have to yell at anybody, and you don't have to push, and you don't have to fight, because somebody will meet you there. You know, of course we have to do the inner work for our self-worth and our self-esteem and holding that vibration and all of those beautiful things that come with femininity and come with spirituality. But you don't lower your standards for your vision to fit the next available suitor. No, queen. Even if there's chemistry, even if he's cute, even if he's this and that and whatever, if he's ultimately not making you happy, if he's making you question the relationship, if he's pushing and pulling and he's being confused, like, let him go. Because literally he's doing it on purpose, is what you don't understand, is that it's on purpose. It's not an accident. It's on purpose. That's why you don't lower your standards. Okay? And then I wrote, and their intention of their misaligned behavior, their bad behavior, is none of your concern. We oftentimes like to torture ourselves into trying to rationalize why they are treating us poorly or why he did that. Why? You know, why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do that? Why? We're trying to rationalize. When the truth is, because he didn't want to. And you have to now, you decide for yourself. Is that okay with you? Is that okay? Is that okay? It's usually not okay. So that means that you have to find somebody else who can match you in boundaries and standards and integrity. Okay? It's like simple. It's simple. We just like to make it bigger than it really is. And we torture ourselves, and we try to rationalize why, to try to see if it's worth staying with him, as if the intention really matters. Because at the end of the day, we should be asking ourselves if we feel okay with that. Are we okay with that behavior? Did we like how that made us feel? No? Then it's time to cut our losses. And I just think these days we are too lenient with our boundaries, with our heart being mishandled. Like if you're in a relationship with a man, you're talking about your future. You're talking about your heart, you're talking about your body, your spirit, your soul. This is serious business, okay? You need to start taking this seriously. I love you. I love you. This is why I'm telling you this. This is serious business, okay? So stop being so lenient on your boundaries and what you need and what you want and what you deserve. Because it's just what's fair, okay? It's just what you deserve. 9 times out of 10, they know they are mishandling you, and it's on purpose. Listen to this. 9 times out of 10, they know that they are mishandling you, and it's on purpose to get something from you. When they do something and you go, whoa, that was weird. That was on purpose. To get something from you or to change the dynamic between you two into something that benefits them more. Exactly. You know that Sabrina Carpenter lyric that's like, we were going right, then you took a left me with a lot of things to second guess. Okay, yeah, because it's like, because this is how it usually goes. You're like going, you're flowing. It's like, okay, this is great, this is fun. He's respecting my boundaries. It feels good. Everything feels nice. And then all of a sudden, something happens. Like, something he does makes you question the integrity of the relationship. Or like, he's acting weird. He's acting suspicious. He is suspicious. He's doing it on purpose. Whatever he did it on purpose. This is what you have to understand. And he did it to change the dynamic between you two. Like, usually to something that benefits them more. Like for Conrad, just say, because I guess we're at the summer, I turned pretty. He pushes her away. And she's like confused. She's like, why is he doing that? Like, she's like, I thought he loved me. Like, why is he pushing her away? And he's doing that to self-protect himself. He's doing that to benefit himself, just because the relationship is becoming too much of an emotional burden. And he just can't handle it. So he's like, I'm pushing her away. But you see, it's all on purpose. It's not an accident. It's not, I accidentally pushed you away. It's intentionally. That's the thing, okay? And then I said, and it's okay if their apology isn't good enough. Yeah. Because sometimes when people hurt you, their apology just isn't enough sometimes, and that's okay. You need to be okay with saying, actually, I can forgive you, but I'm not letting you back in. Thank you, and you can leave. Okay? We won't get too into this, but I do believe in forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for others. It just, relieves the burden off of your heart, so you don't have to carry it either. But it doesn't mean you have to let somebody in again. So, yeah, in fact, don't. So, okay? Okay. And I just really have a problem with this show too, that it tries to justify his terrible behavior with just love, with just the word love. Like, I love you, but I love you, but I love you. He always just, and the show does too, justify his bad behavior with but at the end of the day, we should all just forgive him because he really loves her. But I don't think he even does. I actually don't think he does. Because why did he leave? Okay, he left her, first of all. So what the heck? That's supposed to be love. I don't really get that. Interesting. But also, because he fricked off for 4 years, okay? Went to California. Didn't tell anybody, anyways, where he was going. Anyways, he's, gone for 4 years, and he had all of that time to, make amends, or, chase her, or, change his mind or something. But he didn't. He just let it go, right? And in those 4 years, like, she's gone, you know, she's a single woman, essentially. And he waits until she gets married. She's about to get married to, like, then he feels like he's actually gonna lose her, and then he comes back, like, trying to win her over, trying to say, I love you, and this is, you should be with me, and don't be with my brother, be with me. And you think that man loves her? You think he loves you? You think that's love? That's so selfish. It's so selfish. I don't know. Do you not see why that's selfish? It's so selfish. Girls, watch out for this behavior. Okay, this selfish behavior. Conrad was a selfish character from the beginning. He wanted her when he wanted her. Point blank, period. Okay, he wanted her when he wanted her on his terms. That's the truth of it. He wasn't interested in growing a relationship with her, in being her boyfriend. No, he just wanted her when it was convenient. And when it stopped being convenient, he's out. And when it's convenient again, he's in. That's the truth of it. Until he hurt her too bad that he had to, like, go and leave for 4 years or whatever the heck. And then he realizes, oh, he's going to lose her forever with the wedding. And then he's like, oh, either I frick off forever ever, or I step up and finally give her what she wants, which is like a relationship. And so then he comes back and tries to get her back after 4 years and confuses her. And you think that's love, really? Like, doing it a day before the wedding? I mean, come on, don't be silly. And then he tries to justify his love by saying, like, I tried to get you out of my system, but I couldn't. So that's why you're the one for me. And it's like, that's it? That's all you're gonna try to justify your love with? Is just, I tried to get over you and then I just couldn't, and so now I'm here confessing my love to you a day before you get married? Am I watching this correctly? So yeah, that's not enough. Okay? That's not enough. That's not good enough. That's not romantic. That's very manipulative, honestly, and selfish. Again, coming in whenever he wants, whenever he pleases, whenever it's convenient for him, whenever he's ready. Not really taking into account her timeline either. So selfish, right? He doesn't take into account her timeline, where she's at, what's been going on with her life. He's just like, I want you now. Now I want you, so now I'm going to try to get you. And so selfish. So, like, is he even there? Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, yeah. And then I did want to talk a little bit about Jeremiah, because a lot of people want to criticize Jeremiah for, you know, himself, just who he is in the relationship. I think that's really unfair to say, to be honest, because I think Jeremiah showed consistency in his love for Belly. I think he showed bravery as well, being able to commit to her, traits that Conrad severely lacked. I just, as Belly said, you know, Jeremiah, like, loves me and he doesn't take it away. And that's huge. That's a huge deal. That is a huge deal. Being able to love somebody and not take it away, being able to love somebody consistently and authentically is the foundation of a strong relationship, and something that Conrad was never able to do. He was never able to ground his feelings towards Belly. So it doesn't really count, Conrad. Like, you weren't really in a relationship with her at all, really. You were just, like, stringing her along in this cloud of a possibility of a romance. It was not anything, really. And, like, yeah, obviously, like, Jeremiah has his issues, his problems, whatever, but at least he was there. At least he was in the ring. At least he rolled up his sleeves and was in this with her, you know? Okay, also, I think it's so annoying annoying that he keeps saying she's the love of my life. Like, Conrad keeps saying that Belly's the love of his life. Like, Belly's the love of my life. So, how are you expecting to believe she's the love of your life when you let her slip out of your greasy little fingers, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but multiple times, in multiple different little ways, in multiple little weird, slimy little ways that you let her slip out of your, like, little fingers? And I'm supposed to believe that that's the love of your life, that you just constantly mishandled, constantly took for granted, constantly took her an emotional roller coaster? She's the love of your life? So that's just, like, not, that was just weird that the show, it's just that the show never resolved that. Like, oh my gosh. No, there's just no. And so I guess that's why I'm mentioning this too, because I think men always also try to do that. They try to trick you guys. They try to trick you guys and say that, like, but you're the love of my life. Like, if she was the love of your life, then you would have stepped up. Then you would have been better. Then you would have done everything you could to be the man that she deserved. But you didn't. But you weren't. And still at the end of it, you were still so selfish with your timeline, with everything. It's just really frustrating and sad to see a woman being taken for a ride emotionally by this man and not having enough of a sense of self and boundaries in what she expects in love to really hold him accountable the way he had to be held accountable. And at the end chose him just because it was familiar and because she thought there was chemistry there and because, you know, she wasn't really over him either. And, you know, I think the harsh truth about trying to find an authentic, real love is that just because you're not over somebody or because there's, like, residual feelings, it doesn't mean that you're soulmates and it doesn't mean that you belong together. And honestly, speaking for spirituality as well, for women and men, women, you're supposed to hold your boundaries high and firm, and men that do not meet them, you must let them fail fully. Do not lower your standards because you feel bad. Do not, you know, make it easier for them. No. You hold them high, you hold them firm, and you let them fail fully. And only in that complete and total failure will they actually learn from that. Okay, so the way I truly feel is that he did nothing to deserve her at the end. He did not redeem himself enough at all, really, to redeem himself enough to get her back. He sure redeemed himself for himself, like coming back, kind of owning up to how he feels, you know, whatever, sort of doing the emotional work, getting a therapist. But he actually didn't do enough to gain her trust back. And he didn't really do anything, actually, to make her open up to him again. Like, so her choosing him at the end was really, like, are you for real? You know? It really was. Because he actually didn't deserve it. He didn't. That's that. And that's what I want to, like, that's what I would want to warn against. Like, be careful with these guys that are wishy-washy, hot and cold, push and pull, avoidant. They know what they're doing, okay? It's not an accident. It's on purpose, and just know that there's no changing them. And men who are aligned and men who want you fully will come correctly and pursue you properly and not let you go, and leave no room for misinterpretation, leave no room for miscommunications. They will be intentional with you, they will be caring towards you, and they will make sure that you know that you're loved and that love is not going anywhere, so you can rely on them, so you can actually trust them, so you can actually open up to them the way you as a feminine person in this dynamic should be opening towards them. And yeah, so that's why it's very important for us as women to step into our divine feminine energy. And we hear this a lot in spirituality for women. But what does it really mean? To summarize it truly, because it's always simple to summarize it. It's doing the work that gets a little messy. But like, essentially, it's the highest version of ourselves, or divine femininity. It's the version of ourselves that knows our worth totally and completely. It's the version of ourselves that steps away from relationships that are not serving us and has the courage to step away from relationships that are not serving us. And not just romantic relationships, but any like situation that is not for your highest good. Being able to step away from that and knowing that you deserve better and having the courage to do that and not feeling scarcity when you step away from something like it's lacking now. That's what that really means. And the work of realizing your worth is real work. It takes a lot of work, because it's like we're deprogramming everything in our society that tells us that we're not enough, that tells us we're not pretty enough, we don't deserve that, all of this. And it's, doing that work to finally come into complete acceptance with who you are, your mission, your purpose, your voice, your ideas, your creativity, like everything. And that's like really knowing your worth. So it's not just like a surface level, like, I know my worth, like I deserve to be happy in a relationship. Like, obviously, yes, but you deserve so much more too. Like, you deserve what your heart actually is yearning for, because our hearts all yearn for something different. Like, on a surface level, we all say we want the same things, and we kind of do, but the way that manifests in our lives is different for everybody, and the way that that's going to look is a bit different, so being in tune with your heart and what it is actually asking of you is really important. So that's why it's really important to step into your divine feminine energy, ladies. And I want to say that there are consequences to not stepping into your divine feminine energy. I have to say that because it's the truth. When you don't listen to your boundaries, your sacred boundaries, when you don't listen to things that make you, when you don't walk away from situations that make you uncomfortable or that make you question your worth or that make you question your integrity, and you stay in those, there are actual consequences for doing that. It's not just I wasn't in my feminine energy or whatever. It's like then you get stuck in situations, you get messy relationships, your energy gets drained, you can't move on from things, you ruminate, like all of these negative, things can start to happen. So it's like when I watch A Summer I Turned Pretty, from my spiritual perspective, honestly, I'm sad and I don't like it. I don't like to see a girl who doesn't know her worth get treated badly by a guy she thinks is her soulmate but is really not. And I don't like for her to choose the past when she should have chosen the future at the end of the show. I don't like to see women do that. I don't like that, honestly. I always want to see women win. I always want to see the growth. I always want to see them girls leveling up. So this is my video to shed some light on this show and just the negative dynamics that happen between men and women sometimes, and just to be aware and to avoid these relationships. Avoid being with guys that do that. That's not fair to you. That's not fair. It's not nice. You don't deserve that. there was a scene where he was yelling at her. You never deserve to be yelled at as a girl. You never deserve that. Oh my gosh, if a guy ever raises his voice at you, leave so fast. Just, you're gone. Don't even, it makes me so mad. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Especially him having the audacity to yell at her like that after she countlessly is so desperately just trying to like earn his love. And this is why, girls, we don't do that. This is why you don't try to earn somebody's love. You don't chase men. This is why it doesn't work like that. This is why you don't chase men. This is why they're supposed to pursue you. Oh my goodness. Because this happens, you know? Yeah, you gotta leave these guys that are not ready to be in relationships. You have to leave them alone, okay? If they say I'm not ready or anything of the sort, or they're confusing you, leave them alone, because they are being honest with you. They're telling you the truth and they're not ready. They don't want to. They're only gonna hurt you. So just leave it alone, okay? And find a different guy. There are plenty of guys that are great, that can and are able to and are emotionally available and are so ready and down to be in a commitment with you. And trust and believe that. Don't think scarcity. Don't think there's not. Don't think any of those negative thoughts. Yes, there is. There's plenty. Yes, there is. And he's waiting for you. He's waiting for you to let the dusties bite the dust and step into your femininity. Step into your divine feminine. Confidence, courage, self-worth, positive energy, like always. I love you girls so much. Let me know what you thought of this video, or let me know what you guys want to see next. DM me. Let me know. I love you guys as always. Thank you for watching. I'll keep y'all posted, you know. I wonder what the next video is gonna be. I had this inspiration to do this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, always a pleasure to have you on my channel. Thanks for sticking with this ride. Yeah, if you guys have any other queries or questions or anything, do let me know. Always happy to answer. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love.